Oh boy, there's a lot to unpack with this one. Let's go! Yeah!
Bro! He did it! We're on a freaking power play! Why are we not shooting? Yes! Let's go!
I can't even grammar properly right now. How frustrated I am. The Vegas Golden Knights win 5-4 over the Dallas Stars. We somehow went from 3rd in the league in the penalty kill to 21st in this one game, and may I remind you, we are over a quarter of the way through the season. We do not make jumps like that in one game, except we did in this one. Dallas went 3 for 3 on the power play in this game, starting with halfway through the first period. Jason Robertson finished 2nd in Calder voting last season with a little stutter step towards the point, flings it on, and it goes in past Lehner. Open the scoring, making it 1-0 for Dallas. Really good screen by Pavelski in front, who the announcers before this, because it was on TNT, were just praising him, which is always fantastic to hear. Braden Holtby making me relive part of my worst nightmares from that 2018 Stanley Cup final because he stopped so many really good opportunities from the Golden Knights in that first period. Until the very beginning of the second period because a tic-tac-toe goal. Nick Hague on the left point, over to Petro on the right point, up to Stone, who sits there, grabs it, waits for an opening, and snipes it past Holtby to tie the game 1-1. Waited for Holtby to come short side, and he snipes it far side. Send Dallas immediately to the power play, and if you were paying attention in the beginning, that means that Dallas scores here. And it's immediately on the power play too, because right off the face-off in their offensive zone. Clean win by Ben, sent back to the point, shot on, and it pinballs its way from Sagan past Lehner to make it 2-1 Dallas. Holtby dialed himself back in and made consecutive saves on Petro and Patches, because that's always fun. At the start of Dallas's third power play, we immediately have a short-handed chance that's also stopped by Holtby, because Holtby just was on one and did not want to stop. But this third power play also ends up in a Dallas goal, because off of the draw, over to Klingberg, who shoots it on, and Pavelski tips it in, because of course he does, and it's 3-1. Dallas has only had 10 shots up to this point, and Vegas is not looking good. So DeBoer calls for a goalie change where he puts in Brossoit instead of Lehner. My immediate takeaway from this was the coaching change was not at all a reflection on Lehner and more a reflection on how Vegas was playing in front of him. But it's unfortunate because of the amount of anti-Lehner people we have in this fan base. As someone who named their child, well, their middle name, after Marc-Andre Fleury, I get the frustration in the Vegas organization for trading away the fan favorite, the future Hall of Famer, the face of the franchise. However, none of this is Lehner's fault. Fans in T-Mobile cheered when Lehner was pulled. I've never heard of a fan base cheering for their #1 goalie being pulled while still in a playoff position. That does not make sense. It's completely disrespectful to him. Honestly, just really embarrassing for your fan base to turn on your #1 goalie that way. I don't think that this was Robin Lehner's best night. However, they were all power play goals. One of them was deflection, one was a pinball goal, and the other one was just a really clean shot that beat him. While I think it was a good move that sparked the rest of the team for the rest of this game, but that T-Mobile cheered for that. That is not. The rest of the period is Vegas just barraging Dallas with shots, just like shots. Delayed call from Dallas, so Brossoit goes to the bench and get the extra skater on, and really smart move from Vegas here to score on the delayed call, because we for sure weren't going to do it on the power play. Petrangelo over to Marsh, so he snipes it past Holtby to make it 3-2. Really close game, and we still got the entire third period. But we don't really get anything going. We have a couple of opportunities, but Holtby's being Holtby this evening, and he can just chill if he'd really like to. But 9 minutes into the period, Hintz drops it for Pavelski, who absolutely snipes it past Brossoit to make it 4-2 Dallas, and with 11 minutes left, that was like, ooh, okay. Really good shot by Pavelski there, like, wow. But a response 1 minute later by Michael Amadio! Theodore slap pass over to Kolazar, and he sends it right back across the ice over to Amadio, who's at the left circle. Settles down the pass, barely gets a stick on it, and it goes past Holtby to make it 4-3. With about 10 minutes left, great response from Vegas here. My goodness. Yes, that was super exciting, huh? Oh, Okay, there's time. And we almost tie it 30 seconds later because Riley Smith all alone comes in and Holtby just barely gets a piece of this. I thought Smith shanked it originally, but no, really good save from Holtby. Then with 5.5 minutes left, Mark Stone, a beautiful between Fax's legs pass over to Stevenson, who's streaming up the ice. They enter the offensive zone. He leaves it for Pacioretty, who sends it over to Coughlin, who's streaming in, playing up. Coughlin is robbed by Holtby. But the rebound comes right back out into the slot. Mark Stone is there and slaps that home. Tie game 4-4. Everything that Mark Stone did on that play, that pass through Fax's legs was a thing of magic. I was impressed then, and I was even more impressed when he finished it off on the other end of the ice to tie the game, and what a celebration. And expressive Mark Stone is back with a celly that'll give you energy for days. And then a minute later, Stevenson behind Holtby sends it up to the point where Haig grabs it and he tries to send his signature Hager bomb on. Blocked down in front. But Mark Stone is there and he just tied the game up. And so he's there, he tries to grab it, but Holtby chops his stick with his own and is not able to get it, but that leaves the net kind of open enough for Max Pacioretty, who was right there, to bury it and give us the lead 5-4. What a zelly. Mark Stone loves this team because he immediately jumped up, went airborne in the celebration, and Mark Stone, Max Pacioretty, I have missed you guys so much. And right after we take the lead, the replays are still showing, and all of a sudden it cuts to Dallas, who has an amazing scoring opportunity. Because why? And then we hold on and win in regulation 5-4. Oh my goodness, you can never count Vegas out. Oh, what a comeback! And just like that, Vegas is coming in to the top of the Pacific, right in behind Anaheim, Edmonton, and Calgary. Man, who thought Anaheim would be ahead of us in the playoffs this year? Can you say Vegas Golden Knights win?
Yeah.
Good job. I'm sitting there watching this and I can't believe what I'm watching. That was such a fantastic way to come back. Oh, and a perfect example of what we can do with our first line completely intact. Throw in Jack Eichel into that mix and who knows? How are we gonna get him in there? I don't know. We'll worry about that when we get there. Alec Martinez has broken foot. That's slow progression, so he might be out until the playoffs. So there's $5.25 million that we don't have to worry about. Anyways, it's gonna be it for Game 25's Nightly Review. Thank you so much for watching and have a good night. Vegas.
It's Vegas.
The Golden Knights.
Very nice.